Alright, so these are anvils. These are anvils that I used to have, and Dad used to have, mounted on large wooden blocks, and we would use them to do various types of blacksmithing work. Here's this is a gas forge. It runs off a gas tank, and it has a door you can flip up. Works real nice. Runs off of just propane, and we used to do all kinds of different metal work and stuff. This is one of my little forges. This little exhaust pipe, you'd hook up a little hair dryer to it, and you could build a fire down in here. And this piece of exhaust pipe, this is an old tire rim. It's got some pipes just welded onto the sides of it, and you tape or attach a little hair dryer, and it blows air up through the this pipe. I think it's called a tuyere or air pipe, and you just pile your charcoal in this little pan, and it will get your fire, red hot, and you can heat your metal up and then just go right to working on your anvil. My anvil used to be right about here, but since I've been gone, it has rotted and deteriorated and fallen apart. Actually, it was right here. This is the indentation where it used to be. So I could work on stuff, turn around, put it right on the anvil, hammer on it. And this is my very first forge. It's called a 1-brick forge. It's a fire brick that you take and you chisel out the center, or drill it out, or hammer it out, or beat it out, and what you wind up with is a very small, narrow little opening. You can see we have somebody's taking up residence in there. I have to get them out, but that's just wide enough to put a knife blade down in or something if you're working on about that size. And what you do is it's solid on one side, it's hollow in the center, and it's got a hole. So what you do is you would prop up your benzomatic propane torch, and you would point the fire right in there, and it would circulate around the inside of this fire brick, and it would be insulated because the fire brick's an insulating material, and you could get your little knife blade red hot, your piece of steel you're working on, and you could go right to the anvil and finish shaping it. And we have a couple of different anvils. This anvil has what's called a hardy hole, which is this square hole right here. And then you have this anvil, which actually is set up for tooling and bending things, which is why you have these little stanchions coming off the side, and you have a place where you can make bends or cuts. And you have what's called a Pritchel hole, which is made for, you can put round stock in there and bend it, or you can put a series of tools in there that have a round shank on the end. This is a hardy cutter. This is in a hardy hole, and this, as you can see, has a square shank, and it just fits right down in there, and it's a wedge, so you can lay your metal across it and come down with a hammer and cut your metal while it's hot. And this is another one. The variation is that the hardy hole, the tool spot, it's square, but it's on an angle. So they're very, very heavy anvils. And this one is, the center one is from the North Carolina Tool Company. And I'm not sure where we got the other two, but they're good anvils. And this is a 55-pound anvil that we got from Harbor Freight Tools, and it's okay for some rough work, but it's kind of soft, and that's some different things you have to take into consideration when you're working with an anvil. Is whatever your surface finish is on your actual anvil itself is what you're going to have to show up in your work. So you have to either polish them or grind them, or you can use them for rough work, which is mostly what these were used for. And they have a horn on the end of them, so you can make bends and curves, and if you need to turn horseshoes or things like that, you can do that too. So the blacksmith shop fell down about 2 hurricanes ago, and I finished tearing it down, I should say, about a month ago, and that's another thing on the list. So I have to make a new home for these guys. I just wanted to give you an update. So you just gotta kind of do what you can with what you got. So y'all have a good one.